Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Ragsdale. Today's lesson is for grades 3 through 5. The topic is preventing alcohol and drug abuse. The subject that we're merging this lesson with is language arts. The standards, it actually comes from a 4th grade standard, ELA GSE 4W3. It says, use dialogue and description to develop experiences and events or show the responses of characters to situations. The NHES standards are standard 4, 4.5.2, says demonstrate refusal skills that avoid or reduce health risks. And then we chose standard 5, 5.5.5, choose a healthy option when making a decision. Some of the goals for this lesson are for students to learn the health risks of using drugs and alcohol. They also will learn to identify ways to say no. And lastly, they will create written dialogues to given situations and kind of practice what they would say when they're put in a situation and they need to say no to either drugs or alcohol. So let's get started with the brain break. It's actually a video, so we'll go ahead and get started with that.
There's a big kid with a paper bag that hangs around my school. He says, try this, it's lots of fun. He thinks he's really cool. When he does, I run away. Then I turn around and say, no drugs, no way. No thanks, not tomorrow or today. My body's great, that's the way it stays. No drugs, no way. There are other kids who drink and smoke out in the parking lot. They puff and cough and burp and choke and think they're really hot. But I don't need that stuff at all. No cigarettes or alcohol. No drugs, no way. No thanks, not tomorrow or today. My body's great, that's the way it stays. No drugs, no way.
Doctors give you medicine. That's part of medical care. And it's just for you till you get better. And that's one thing we never share. Drugs are things that change your brain. They can make you sick and scared. Drugs can make the world look strange, so you should be prepared. If someone tries to give you drugs, just remember to say yuck.
No drugs, no way. No thanks, not tomorrow or today. My body's great, that's the way it stays. No drugs, no way. No drugs, no way.
So after you go through the introduction, you're going to go into the main lesson, which is the effects of drugs and alcohol on your body and your mental state and everything like that, and the reasons why you should say no and how to say no. So you would make a PowerPoint of reasons why, how alcohol and drugs affect your body, like memory loss, impaired vision, blackouts, liver and kidney damage, stuff like that. And you would go through that with the kids, and then you would give them ways to say no. So like I have this little worksheet here that says, you can say directly, you can say no. Example, no, I don't want to. Number 2 is say the same phrase over and over again. So another person's like, you want to drink some beer? You're like, no, that's not for me. No, come on, it'll be fun. No, that's not for me. You just continue repeating yourself. Number 3 is suggest another activity. An example would be, no, I'm heading home to play a game. Want to come along? Number 4 is give a reason. Example, I don't like the smell or taste of cigarettes. And number 5 is just walk away. Like I said, I don't want to smoke any marijuana. Catch you later. So there are some examples of saying no. For beer, you could say, no, that doesn't sound good to me. Let's just keep walking over to your house like we planned to do. If you're going to stop and drink that beer, I'll see you tomorrow. So basically the same reasons, just, more in-depth things. So what you're going to do for the activity is you're going to take scenarios of situations that students could be put in with drugs or alcohol. You're going to make copies of these and print them and spread them to everybody randomly. An example of one of them is you are at another student's house during a class project together. his or her parents are not home. The other student shows you an unmarked bottle of pills. He or she suggests each of you to take 2 or 3 pills. Your classmate says they will give you a nice high. You have no idea what type of drug is in the pills. What would you do? And then you would have the students write their own dialogue back. No, I'm on prescription drugs right now. I can't take other pills with this. No, I don't want any pills. No, that might make me sick. I don't know what it is. There are plenty of ways they could write dialogue back. So you would have them write 2 or 3 dialogue points back. If you're doing 3rd grade, they could have shorter, no, I don't want to. If you're doing 5th grade, they could give reasons why, no, that could get me sick, that could cause damage to my body, something like that. So after they all write their dialogue points, you would go over the dialogue points with them and make sure, everybody's on the same page of how to say no and why to say no. And once you're done with that, just a closer would be, offering services. We do have counseling and stuff at the school. If you know someone who's having a problem, you can get them help. Don't ever say yes if you don't want to say yes. Just, basically re-going over the whole lesson. So that's our lesson.